Hello to you. I'm Jessie R. Johnson. This is part 2 of Introduction to the Science of Yoga Meditation Methods. There are 100 to 120 meditation methods, and there are two means by which human beings can awaken, and that is yoga, meditation methods, and inquiry. These two means have been found and have taken the human race thousands of years. We will begin on part 2 where we left off on part 1. This world would be 400 times better if there were no leaders, not one. Whatever they do creates more misery, slaughter, genocide based on insane political, economic, educational, family, law, medical, mass media, political, poverty, religion, science, and spiritual destruction, true hell, anti-life beliefs. Their passion and compassion is deadly poison. But you are an emotional, feeling, mental psycho mess, along with billions of others. A mass of hectic, conflictual impulses, simply to be without any activity, just simply quiet. Biology without conflict, without thought. You are not the body and the mind. You are much more. Body and mind is included. You are body-mind, psychosomatic, which is included in much more of what you in fact are. Whatever happens in the mind happens in the body, and vice versa. Once centered, you know all egos are false. All separate false sense of a self internally is false, made of 20 to 30 mental identifiers taken as real. They are not. Yoga, or meeting as one, is a discipline, not a theory, not therapy. Discipline is needed even when you are healthy. Yoga is not to adjust you to the sicknesses and pathologies and illnesses of insane society, but to put you in touch with the universal. Yoga is the cessation of the mind. Here, now. Yoga means meeting, joining. Because of ego, it appears you're disjoined. The word mind covers all. Your ego, your desires, hopes, philosophies, beliefs, religions, scriptures, prejudices, morals, dreams, wants, feelings, emotions, theories, knowledge, and thoughts, thinking. All that is known, can be known, is knowable, and also the totality of language. Mind includes this. Mind covers all. Cessation of the mind, means cessation of the knowable, known and unknowable. Cessation of all contradictions, dilemmas, confusions, evil, hypocrisy, sin, immorality, ego, split personality, character, unknown, etc. The mind is not something substantial or an entity. Mind is a process function. It is an activity. Mind mainly means thinking. Thinking is made of thoughts, constructed from memory, which holds information from all the senses and all that can be sensed by the major physiological system, or the first life field, and the major living radiation, major organs and structures of the second life field. Yoga is a jump into the unknowable. Yoga is the state of no mind. When the activity of the mind is not there, then so-called you are not there. You are finally here. So-called you are always here. Only it is covered with thoughts of several layers. How to be simply without thinking. Just look. How to be simply without thought. Just look. Let the mind do whatever it is doing. Just look. You don't interfere. Just be a witness. Don't condemn anything. Don't judge good or bad, right or wrong, anything. Let go. Don't halt or stop any thought. Just simply watch. Just simply witness. Don't identify with anything or any of it without choosing or appreciating even. Simply look at the total. The mind flows, and in time, the mind stops of itself. Time stops of itself. Time and space are not real in and of itself. They are tools of the mind, necessary and needed for survival. Mind is built on memory. No memory, no mind. No memory, no information, no data to construct or build with. No language and no identifications, no words, no signs, etc. When witnessing the mind, simply witness without being identified with the mind or any of the mind's content. Excuse me for a second. Except for witnessing, in all states, so-called you are identified with the mind and the mind's contents. A thought comes, such as a thought comes, you are hungry. The thought is simply hunger. That hunger is there. But immediately you get identified. Instead, so-called you say, I am hungry. The addition of the mental identifier termed I am or simply I. This is identification. Do not identify. Say something like, the body is hungry, or something else. All identification constitutes the world. If you are filled with identifications, you are in the world, in the misery, in the suffering, in the hell, in the darkness. If you transcend identification, you are liberated, without misery and without suffering. And there is no time or space except as a reference. Without time, space, there is only, to put it into words, which is in itself impossible, but nonetheless, there is only here, now. Simply become a witness of the mind. Then you have entered. Mind can be a gate to hell or bondage, or a gate source of freedom. Right use of the mind becomes meditation. Wrong use of the mind becomes madness, sorrow, darkness, agony, anguish, physical and internal violence, external and internal world suicide, and physical conflict on world scales. Mind is in everyone, except newborn babes, who are in transcosmic consciousness. Mind, rightly used, becomes no mind. Wrongly used, mind becomes chaos and turns you into a robot in the most literal sense. Many voices internally act antagonistic to each other, contradictory, confusion, split, insane, abusive, vicious, divided. Mind wrongly used becomes many, a multitude. Words, thoughts, thinking, language, imagination, feelings, experience, etc. are constructed from memory. Memory holds all data. No memory, no data. Nothing to build with. The I, the me, M-E, the my, M-Y, the mind, possessive, such as this is mine, the mine, M-I-N-E, the who, the self, S-E-L-F, etc., are identifiers, along with one's name, him, her, you, your, it, that, etc., are all identifiers. Without these mental identifiers, there is no so-called you. None. None of them and others reach, no identifiers, none of them and others reach beyond the mind. Now, this has been part 2 of 5 parts. And we will start in part 3 where part 2 left off exactly. I want to thank everyone for listening and watching. And Please share this video. Also, please subscribe and have a fine day.